I might... I need to make sure my audio is not going twice. So let's see. Am I even live? I should be live. I didn't even check.
Check.
Yeah, live. No. Okay. Audio's fine. What's up, everyone? Welcome, Forcer, Cameron Hakey, Casanova, Clovis Bray, Vegan. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Awesome. Thank you guys for checking that for me, because I had some settings messed up and it was weird. Just a couple of weeks until we get rid of my desk corner in the face cam, guys. If you are one of my brand new subs, welcome. This is the last word. It's like a weekly recap, news, and mostly discussion-focused podcast news wrap-up thing that me and my co-host Jay-Z Basketball...
Sup?
Woot, that we do regarding Destiny 2. So obviously this week we've had a ton of information about E3. We found out Cade 6 is dead, which is pretty brutal. We have a lot of information regarding Gambit that I want to talk about. We know some spoilery information about the first mission that we'll decide if we really want to talk about at the very end of the stream. And then also, it looks like, is this Josh Hamrick? Does Josh Hamrick give us some stuff? Yep, Josh Hamrick shares some insight on the new weapon system, which is very interesting. I've actually heard a lot about this, and I'm very excited for it. I might want to move the face cam for why.
So, while you're starting to read that, let's just say that was one of the better E3s in a while, in my opinion.
Absolutely. E3 as a whole, I was at first I was disappointed that Bungie didn't have a panel or anything. The way they did it was freaking perfect, though.
Yeah.
They hit. I mean, a minute of Cade 6 dying from a guy we didn't know where he was by one of the most hated figures already in the Destiny universe. I'm sure I obviously don't have the metrics. I'm sure the pre-orders are through the roof. Like, Bungie knocked it out of the park with that.
Yeah, like for me, because I was gonna buy it anyways, I kind of wanted that to be a spoiler thing, but yeah, I completely understand why they did it, because you want to sell copies of the game. So
right. I agree with Forcer in chat. In my opinion, Bethesda won the entire E3.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation had a really good one. Xbox had a really good one as well. They're both about even for me, but Bethesda with the new with the new Elder Scrolls, especially Fallout 76 and a new Doom, like that, just the three-peat. Damn, Bethesda, like they're hitting it hard. Pretty excited for that. But yes, the Cade 6 dying was a shock. But I love how they did it. I hope we get to find out more at like GamesCon or G3 or G6, excuse me, or at GuardianCon even. So I guess we'll find out. But yeah, all in all, I guess that's kind of the first thing they have here. Cade 6 dying, very impactful. Obviously, community is more hyped than I've ever seen the community. Supposedly, this expansion is larger than the Taken King, so that's going crazy as well.
Oh wow! Nice.
They also, I saw this quote from Cade 6. He said, and I might get a couple words wrong, but the quote was, from Christopher Barrett, not Cade 6, and I might get the quote a little bit wrong, but he said, "We have a very passionate fan base, and it's time that we start making DLCs to the fans that already play the game and stop trying to attract new players."
I don't know if you can hear me, but I am applauding that.
Christopher Barrett, have my children, okay? Like, goddamn. Yeah, pretty excited about that. I mean, Forsaken is the expansion we all want, so I'm pretty hyped about that. My one thing, I really hope Cade 6 stays dead. If they really want to just have that emotional impact in the whole thing, we've talked about it in a lore video earlier. Technically, he should stay dead. There's like a 95% chance that he does. I really hope they do, though. And we need an impact. I love Nathan Fillion. I love the character of Cade 6. But we need the impact, and to further solidify this as the greatest DLC of all time, we're going to need that impact. And it will be the last campaign-driven DLC that we have in a long time. So there's that. So, Expo of Electronic Entertainment, they're talking about E3, just stuff about Gambit. So I have seen a lot of Gambit gameplay up to this point in time. It looks fantastic. The new supers, which we'll discuss here in just a second, look awesome. Anyone in chat, if you guys have seen the Gambit gameplay, let me know what you think. From my viewpoint, I can't wait to play it. It is the perfect combination of PvE and PvP, in my opinion. It is more PvE focused, but there is a lot of PvE in it as well, or PvP in it as well. The flankers or whatnot. Jay-Z, have you seen a lot of gameplay, or are you trying to keep it more on the spoiler?
I haven't got to watch much of it, because I've been working, and then we jump on Destiny right when I get home. So I definitely want to see some of it this weekend when I get a chance to actually sit down and not be like glued to my Xbox the entire time. So, but yeah, from what I saw, from what they showed at the gameplay of it at E3, the Bungie team doing it, it looked really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So the new supers, the most powerful, in my opinion, I'm thinking this is going to be meta, is the new Shadow Blades. It is the brand new Voidwalker tree. In your super, quite literally, it's a Blade Dancer from Destiny 1, but you can go invisible. And at a push of a button. And it just looks disgusting. I cannot wait. It looks awesome. I really hope it's good. We have the new Dawnblade super. I don't know what it's called. Actually, I might actually. Eternal Rift or something. Essentially, you put down a giant version of the Warlock's Rift. It is the first support class ever, fully support class ever in Destiny. No one's really sure exactly what it does. It gives you more health and it heals you, but it also looks like it might boost your damage a little bit. We're not really sure because they're not allowed to look at the perks, obviously. And then the final one is the Striker, and you turn into a heat-seeking missile. So you jump up in the air, and you're up in the air for like 7 seconds, and you automatically just start flying towards enemies, and it looks awesome. It is like, those people on your team that you're always like, just stop using your super because you miss every time. This is going to be the super. I'm going to be like, just throw on heat seeking, okay? Don't waste your super. Just do it. It looks really, really good.
So here's the question: are they going to buff the other supers to at least semi? Because these are super in my opinion, and obviously we haven't got our hands on them, but it looks like they're way above what we're currently playing with right now, as far as power level. Things like that. So do you think they'll buff the other ones to kind of...
I don't think so. I think they'll all be balanced out with duration and stuff. I think the supers are in a pretty... I mean, all the supers are pretty powerful. I'd say Stormcaller needs a buff. And Sentinel needs a buff. And I'd say other than those, I think all the other supers are going to be good where they are. Some corrections here. I said Voidwalker. I meant Night Stalker. Cool Dre says Blade Dancer could go invisible. Yes, but oh, yeah, there was a perk where you could go invisible. It's exactly like that. It is exactly like that. I forgot about that. My bad. And Sam Gill says Shadow Blades can also see through walls. I did not see that. That is broken as hell. And Arlo corrected me. The Dawnblade is called Eternal Radiance, which is cool. And you don't have any comedy, Arlo, so I'm going to keep ignoring it. So I'm so excited. They look really good. I'm a huge fan. The new Sunbreaker, I'm really excited to see. We obviously only got the gameplay of the 3. I imagine that's the only gameplay we're going to see until launch. Maybe at Guardian Con they'll have 3 other subclasses, but we'll have to see right there.
I'm most excited to see the new Void one for Warlock, because I'm a Warlock main, and there's really no dedicated PvP classes, and that one looks like it's going to be a very good PvP class just from the gameplay that they showed. So I'm kind of excited about that.
That one, I'm excited for that one, and the new. I mean, I've never liked Night Stalker in PvP. It looks like I might be changing my mind. I'm very excited. All of these are going to be really cool. So yeah, that's Gambit. All in all, looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. Everyone's loving it. I haven't heard one negative thing about Gambit yet from any of the community leaders or anyone who's played it, so it's pretty crazy. All right, so the thing that pretty much everyone's excited for, I'm personally very excited for it. Play Your Way, the brand new weapon slot system where you can run 3 shotguns if you want to. So here we go. You caught your first glimpse of the new weapon slot changes in our Vidoc, and there is gameplay footage of Gambit coming out of E3 showing how the new weapon system works. Our very own design lead Josh Hamrick shared his team's goal for the new system and a little more info on how it works. Josh says, "Hey everyone, I wanted to stop by for a second and provide just a bit of information regarding the new weapon slot system. We know many of you want the Destiny 1 system style back. Many of you have also asked us to keep the Destiny 2 model. We want to deliver something you all want, but we also want to surprise and delight you while moving the game forward." That's a pretty good goal. "Ultimately, we wanted to give you something better than anything you've seen yet. You have more choice and deeper customization. The top 2 slots, which are the kinetic and the elemental, they are now referred to as the quick slots, have more freedom than ever, allowing you to carry unique sets of primary and special weapons. When paired with the appropriate exotic, crazy loadouts like the 3-shotty build I mentioned in the Vidoc are possible and freaking awesome. Balanced with ammo." It's interesting that you have to pair it with an exotic. That's really weird. "Balance the ammo. Uptime for your weapons is balanced by how often you can get your hands on the right ammo. Tuned to be very similar to Destiny 1, uptime works out to the following. Most to least primary, then you have less special ammo to that. And then finally, of course, the rarest is going to be heavy." That makes a lot of sense. You guys can see the comment notification there. "And finding yourself completely dry means it's time to get your hands dirty." So essentially, they're trying to make everything as rare as it was in Destiny 1. You're pretty much never going to run out of primary. They didn't say what era of Destiny 1, so that's really interesting because obviously like special ammo was a lot more common in the Taken King versus Rise of Iron because you didn't lose it on death. You kept it, and especially with things like sidearms and stuff like that, so it's really interesting.
I'm guessing it'll be closer to Taken King, depending on how powerful they're going to make those. Because I'm guessing they're going to... that like the power is always going to be your ultimate heavy, like
right.
So your shotgun is going to have more range and more impact, but then the other 2 shotguns won't have quite those stats.
Right. Perfect for roles, whether it be for raids, trials, and competitive, or the brand new, incredibly awesome, and in my opinion, pinnacle Destiny sandbox activity Gambit. That is a huge statement. The new weapon system shines that at allowing incredible flexibility and customization, so you and your team can strategize and build your own way to greatness. That's very interesting. So the way I have seen it work coming out of E3, if you have a shotgun in your, if you have like say in your kinetic you have a shotgun and in your elemental you have a sniper rifle, they share ammo. They will both be using special ammo. Neither of them will use white or primary ammo as we know it. And so that means if you do choose to have that like that, then you are obviously crippling yourself with ammo, which is a problem you run into with things like the Fighting Lion. Obviously, when you spawn in, you only get like 8 shots, I think. I feel like that is going to be super, super close to this. The shotguns that are your specials seem to be just as powerful as regular shotguns. I didn't notice much of a difference. One thing I would say, the only weapons that appear to have kinetic and elemental variants are shotgun, snipers, and fusion rifles. Your grenade launchers, your rocket launchers, those type of things, those are tied to your primary slot. So you can't run 3 rocket launchers, you can't run 3 grenade launchers, that type of thing. It's really interesting that they mentioned specific exotics. I'm not really sure what they're talking about there because we know that Destiny 1 weapons, or Year 1 weapons are going to be staying in the game going into Year 2. So that means we will have Year 1 shotguns in the power slot. So I'm not really sure what he's talking about right there. And then one final thing is if you do have a shotgun that goes in your power slot, you can't just put that in your kinetic or your elemental. There are specific shotguns that will drop just like hand cannons and scout rifles, etc. right now that go in those slots. They're not completely interchangeable like that. You have to get a kinetic shotgun in order to use a shotgun in your kinetic. It does not always, it can't just come from your power slot. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so all of that is very exciting to me personally. I'm super hyped to play with this. It'll be really interesting to see how rare that special ammo is in things like raids and stuff, because obviously snipers, according to everything, have always been kind of the top tier secondary in Destiny 1, and going into Destiny 2, they're still very powerful. So is having a sniper in your secondary slot and then something like a rocket in your third slot, is that going to be inherently overpowered against bosses like Argos? Like, how detrimental is running 2 primaries, like 2 scout rifles, going to be in these activities? They're going to have to do a hell of a job balancing, I think.
Well, I mean, so let's go to Argos. So like, being a skull holder, I can get 6 rockets off and 2 skulls basically, or skull, whatever's left of my skull, and then he puts his shield up. So like, it would only make sense, I guess, with the Warlock Rifts. We haven't really tried it with that. But it would make sense, like, for people that are doing the damage, that they could probably do both. So yeah, it won't affect everybody, I guess, is what I'm getting at with that.
I'm just saying, like, is a elemental sniper, I just don't know how they're going to balance it. Like, if you're in a raid situation where you have to put out max DPS, why would you ever run 2 primaries when obviously running, like, a second shotgun or a second sniper is going to do much more damage? I'll be really interested to see how they balance that out. It might be ammo, but even then, like, even if you only get 7 shots of sniper, that's still going to do more damage more quickly than shooting him with an auto rifle the entire time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah, that's really interesting. I'm very interested to see what they do here. And looking at these weapons, man, everything looks super good. I was watching a bunch of arrow gameplay, or bow and arrow gameplay. I'm not sure if I'll ever personally use them, but maybe just screwing around. If you're going into competitive, it doesn't look like bows and arrows are the way to go, but they're definitely a fun weapon. Like, I get it. Like, when I'm playing Tomb Raider and stuff, you know, you have all these guns, but no, I'm going to use a bow because they're more fun. Same thing with, like, Assassin's Creed and stuff. It's just stuff like that. It's I don't know.
I guess if there were more stealth elements to the game, it would make more sense. Or if you could like if you go invisible with, say, the hunter, and then use the bow, you like don't lose invisibility when you shoot it, or you know, like for that little bit that you have invisibility. So
right. And then on top of this, these weapon change systems, I actually wanted to talk about a couple other things that I mentioned in a video earlier in the week, but I haven't got to talk with, you know, all of you guys and Jay-Z about. So yes, all year 1 weapons will be infusible up to year 2 light, which is awesome. So I mean, it's the Radrixes I've grinded for, the shotgun that our entire fire team is grinded for, and that kind of stuff. They will still be viable, and that means our time wasn't wasted farming for them. So that's really, really cool. And that also excites me, Jay-Z, for the reason that in order to make the new content seem super appealing, they're going to have to make things more powerful than the EP, or the EP shotgun or the EP sniper or the Radrix's Claymore, which is super exciting to me. I'm very happy about that. I can't wait.
Well, I mean, they went the opposite route in Destiny 1, so like, this is definitely a way better, because they started kind of weak and then you gain power as you play, which is basically how it should be, instead of like, oh, we created the Vision of Confluence, we created, you know, all these awesome weapons, and then, oh, they're too powerful, we're going to change that whole system up and make everything weaker. So yeah, it's going to be more fun. Hopefully, like, that's the hope, right? That they're going to make it more powerful, so we don't use year 1 weapons.
Exactly. And I'm glad, like we've mentioned in previous weeks, fully embracing the MMO aspects where everything progression. It's just one constant linear progression instead of these peaks and valleys at Destiny. You know, Destiny, of course, vanilla, you go up and then it resets, and then at the end of Crota's End, it goes up and resets, and then instead of like a jagged, especially with things like raids and stuff, in Destiny 2, they've been keeping a very, very linear, always moving forward, always going up and up and up, and getting more powerful and feeling more powerful, and being able to go back to previous activities and still become more powerful. I think that is fantastic, because if you think about it, in year 2, you should be able to still go back and grind EP for that EP shotgun, and it will still be a coveted weapon a year down the road, which is awesome to me. I can't wait. I'm very excited. Scarrow Jr. has a question. Since year 1 weapons can go to year 2, does that mean they'll bump up Leviathan raid light level or keep it the same 300? So I think by default, the Leviathan has to stay at 300. If they don't, that means that you are expansion locked out of it, and that violates Xbox terms of service. So it's the same reason that Vaulted Glass never got bumped up. So Leviathan, at least just the base Leviathan, always has to stand there. I do think they found a really good system with the Leviathan where it'll probably stay there, because I mean, it's very easy now, right? It drops maximum light level stuff, which it's awesome. It's mainly mechanic based, So the difficulty of enemies doesn't matter too much, even though it kind of does. But regardless of your light level, it doesn't help you beat the mechanics any easier. And then in addition to that, where the Prestige Leviathan, regardless of your light, scales to you, I mean, that can... Literally, we could be 800 light levels above, and that system would still work. So I think the raids are going to stay where they are now. They are going to stay at relatively the same difficulty. And then all of the loot will probably still scale to powerful loot rewards. Give us incentive to do them.
Well, I mean, yeah, because, like, if you remember Destiny 1, like, you go back and play the Vault of Glass, and it drops light level 30. And you're light level 35, so or 40 or whatever you were at the time, and it was a pain in the butt because it's like, well, I can't use these weapons, but the way that they're doing it now makes it so like, oh, I never got this weapon, I can go back and get it and actually try it out and still use it, and it's viable in end-game activities. So that just adds to the value of the game, and also like your system of guns, like just. You can have more options. More options is always better.
Exactly, and especially if those more options make you feel more powerful. I'm super on board with that. I'm very excited. And so the next one, to the victor goes the spoils. It's Winners Week. Dead Orbit rose above the rest and claimed victory. Was anyone surprised by that?
Wow, spoiler.
Wow. Like... this graphic is sweet. So of all pledged players, Dead Orbit got 47%. So nearly half of everyone who pledged was Dead Orbit. And they got 58% of the total faction ranks earned. So this is why Charlemagne, if you have the Charlemagne Discord bot, this is why it started flipping the numbers, because it looks like this is how Bungie's API is now tracking it. And for percentages instead of exact numbers. That's really cool. I'm actually cool with that.
I can't believe it wasn't like 70 or 80%, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you think about it, that seems crazy, like 58%. But, I mean, so Dead Orbit got 58, and then the next highest was New Monarchy at 22. Like, it's still a super substantial difference, right?
Yeah. I guess people that weren't willing to grind out the 50 levels, like, it didn't matter for them for the catalyst, but
right.
Like that was just by far the best. It's already one of the best guns in the game, and just making it that much better. So
right. And since the most people went Dead Orbit and New Monarchy this time, I guarantee Future War Cult wins next time. Everyone wants that kill clip, Last Hope. If they're playing it smart, Future War Cult's gonna win next time. I guarantee it.
Well, the Sunshot is the next best exotic on that list. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I agree with that. People just coming in, welcome. Share your thoughts and opinions of things we were discussing, and give us more to talk about. I'm pretty excited. Iron Banner's also next week. The game is Control. I think it's always Control now, though, right? And you can earn the armor again. I've done a video covering that with different shaders. If you haven't seen it, pretty nice. Next Friday, we are delivering the next episode of our webcomic Warmind. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we get a part 3, and so it looks like we have Anna Bray. Oh, in the original tower. That's really cool. This is the guy, the old Vanguard hunter. I forget his name. And I feel terrible for forgetting his name. But he's the guy who came before Cade. So that's pretty great. Stuff. No new bugs. And just the closing out.
That looks like the original tower, that picture.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
I said
I'm sorry.
JC, I said that. Cosmo says, what a week. We've had a great time sharing details about Forsaken and watching players experience Gambit for the first time. There's plenty more to talk about. We know you have lots of questions, and the answers are coming. That's very exciting. Merlin asks, how do you get the Cold Heart Masterwork? It comes from strikes. So all around, man, Forsaken is looking juicy. I'm very excited. So one thing I will talk about. So Jay-Z, you're fine if we go over some slight spoilers for the first mission of Forsaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone in chat, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. We are going to be talking about the first mission in the expansion Forsaken regarding Cade 6's death. So if you don't want to know anything, leave. That's perfectly fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. We got a lot of details here. It's actually really cool. I think Polygon got to play it. And it's just very interesting. So Polygon, that was like 10 seconds. So you have more than enough time to leave. Polygon said that in the first mission, Bungie is very conscious that the entire audience knows Cade 6 is going to die, which is awesome. They said that throughout the entire mission, Cade 6 has like 6 or 8 blunders where you think he's actually going to die at that time, and then he makes it out in like a silly Cade 6 way. Like they were saying specifically, like there's one time where he like falls off a cliff, but then he like pops back up and that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. I like how Bungie, I mean, that means that they were planning to tell us Cade 6 was going to die for a very long time. I really like that type of foresight. And then just replaying that mission is going to be so goofy and fun. And I think giving Cade 6 one final farewell of just a mission highlighting his goofiness and everything Cade 6 is, I think that's awesome.
Well, they're going to get the most out of Nathan Fillion before they don't have to pay him anymore. So.
Yeah, for real. So hopefully he'll. Oh yeah, cool, Dre. I'll type in chat. Good call, Skarrow Jr. Well, I'll type in chat when I'm dead. Then in addition to that, they said in the final encounter. So the kind of cutscene that we've seen is not near to the entire thing, which I knew it wasn't, because if you look at the bottom, it said not in-game footage. It was very kind of romanticized for trailer and to kind of hype it up and stuff. But so I guess like there's actually some sort of confrontation and stuff. And at the end, even at that final scene where Aldrin shoots Cade, I guess Cade is still really witty, which is awesome. Once again, highlighting his character and that type of stuff. And they said that they explain more of like Aldrin's motivations and stuff like that, which I'm very excited for. But it's kind of like spoilers for The Walking Dead. Jay-Z, I know that you might not be caught up, but it's kind of like when Abraham was going to die and he said, "Suck my nuts," before he got bashed in. It's the same thing, right?
Oh, I saw that part, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's like the same thing. That's so cool. It makes great t-shirts. So I'm sure there will be like a Cade 6 t-shirt with his final phrase on it, right? But B, once again, it highlights the personality of Cade. And it's really cool because, like I said, it shows a lot of foresight and it makes for a replayable mission. So I'm very, very, very excited about that.
And plus, like, because it's a really serious, like, time. So, like, even with Abraham on The Walking Dead, it brought a little bit of, because it was so shocking that, like, you needed a little bit of that just for your mind to not be, like, completely blown, that type of thing. So, yeah, I can see that for that part as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the spoilers. Spoilers are over. So I'll type that in chat. So for everyone else, here's some questions. These are good questions. Merlin Cooper, are we going to get Cade 6 Ghost back like Osiris's when she died and came back? No. So Sagira did not die. She was deactivated. So I think she got grazed and she had to be nurtured back to health or whatever. That machine was specifically for Sagira, so you can kind of write it off as like a Deus Ex Machina. B, like I said, she was not killed. She was still alive. I'm fairly, like, when Cade's ghost turns around, he's shot right in the face. Like, Cade's ghost is gone. If it happens like it was depicted in that trailer. Like I said, for the most impact, Cade 6 needs to be dead. Dead, and stay dead. Garrido, who will replace Cade now that he's gone? So I have 3 probabilities for this. The most likely for me is going to be Anna Bray. They introduced her. She's a hunter. I think that would be really cool. And she's settling down now that she has a lot of information about her past, especially with Rasputin, and she'll be able to kind of voice that opinion on the Vanguard Council. 2, Shiro 4 from the Rise of Iron campaign. He's like a Walgreens knockoff of Cade 6. He's like the exact same thing. Wouldn't surprise me. And 3, one that's kind of stretching it, but I could see kind of fitting in, would be Eris Morn. And where it gets tricky is because she's technically not a Guardian anymore because her ghost is dead, but she's still alive. But for all intents and purposes, she is a hunter. So that could work out. That's the least likely, but I think that would be the coolest, especially going into Destiny 3 with the Savathun kind of stuff unfolding. So I think that'd be really cool. Jay-Z, do you have any guesses of who might take Cade's place?
No, I mean, my guesses would have been any of the ones that you just named. So, like, I couldn't think of anybody else. Like, maybe they'll create a new character. That's the only thing I can think of other than those that you named.
Right. Well, also it could be the Gambit guy. I forgot about him because he is also very game themed. He does the coin flip. He's very snarky and that kind of thing. So it could also be him. He could just someone has to replace Cade for like the flashpoints and stuff.
How about Brother Vance? Let's have him. No, I'm just playing. He wouldn't be good at all.
Satura Mari, what reasons would there be for Uldren to keep the Ace of Spades? I find that kind of strange. Well, A, as like a trophy. B, it could just be like a trailer depiction thing because we know we get it. But C, I hope it's a plot element. Where I was talking about this with Jay-Z the other day. I think it was Jay-Z. It might have been someone else. I really hope at the end of the Forsaken campaign it's not just a shootout between us and Uldren. I really hope it's like an old school Modern Warfare final confrontation where it's kind of like a quick time event, but it's not like button mashing. It's like you actually control it. So I hope we're beating the shit out of Uldren and he drops the Ace of Spades on the ground and we actually pick it up and there's an event where we actually have to like drag it over and straight up like shoot him. I think that would be so cool. It would be more impactful and it would fit the Western revenge theme a lot, and it would be so because everyone's complaint is always like campaign bosses are too easy, they're not memorable, that kind of thing. This way all the focus would be you on killing Uldren and getting revenge for Cade 6, and it would be with Cade 6's gun, and hopefully Firefly would proc and you shoot him in the head and then his head explodes. That would be awesome. But
yeah,
I know that's probably
we're not M-rated, so
probably not going to happen, but I think that would still be really cool if we do. I get that Destiny is a T-rated game, but if they did something like that and we could have a quick time event with us focusing solely on Uldren without him being a bullet sponge or something, and just a one-on-one, and we hunt down each of the 8 barons and then it's just us and him left and then we get to kill him. I think that'd be so cool. We'll see. My guess is the Exo Stranger. Exo Stranger isn't a Guardian, though. That wouldn't work. Do you think Cade is dead? Yes, I've done a whole video on that, Dat Boy. Everyone just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Satura says, wait, what are the chances we're going to have a second rendition of Shin Malphur and Dredge in your event? So the last word and the Thorn. So this is actually really interesting. The lead writer for Destiny actually said that we will not be interacting with the shadows of Dredge and Yor in this expansion because we would lose, which is super interesting. So that weapon that we have in the trailer that we've seen is most certainly a Thorn knockoff. It's another weapon of sorrow. It's not the Thorn. It is going to be a very similar weapon. We've seen that it shoots spikes. It's obviously a weapon of sorrow and that type of thing. But we're not going to have the same things. I still want the... Skarrow, did you play at Modern Warfare 3? If so, do you remember Makarov's death? Which one was Makarov's death? I was thinking more... Did you play any of the Modern Warfares, Jay-Z?
Just the first 2.
Just the first 2. I'm trying to remember what Makarov's death... Oh, Makarov! You tie him? Yeah, you hang him from a skyscraper. I remember that now. No, I want Modern Warfare 2 with Shepard's death with the throwing knife. Oh, that would be sick, but I know we're not going to get that. That'd be so cool. Yeah, but all in all, what I want from this story, from like thematically and from a lore aspect, because we do know that the raid is going to tie in a way that is directly related to the story, but they said it's not like past DLCs where the raid boss is just a bigger version of this boss. So I'm hoping we kill Prince Uldren. And then Mara Sov, I know it's a stretch. Mara Sov turns out to be the raid boss, and I say that because if we look, well, A, because it would be awesome, and B, if we go to the press center for Activision, hopefully I'm not lagging you guys too hard here, and we go to some concept art. Here we go. Oh, do I really have to open this? Come on. Copy this image. Let me open my editing software here. So if we look at the... Oh, it's going to be all blurry. Well, this is Marasov. Quality is maxed. Actually, I probably downloaded it earlier. Here, give me a second, guys. I apologize for this. Give me this. I promise. Full-size render. Oh, is that it? No. Damn. Okay, let me see if I can open it. I'll download it. Here we go. So if we look at it, yeah, that's much better. This is much better. So if you look at this concept art, this is very obviously Marasov. I mean, she's got the long hair. I mean, this looks freaking fantastic. Oh, and the most important detail, if you look like at where my cursor is, these are the queen's crowns. So she's wearing a kind of shawl with her logo on it. So this is very certainly her. And she has the double shotguns. I just think this would make a really cool raid boss. But yes, this is definitely Marasov here, and I just think that would be an awesome.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just the picture just caught up for me now.
Yeah, and A, that would be sick raid gear, like disgustingly awesome, and B, it would just be really cool for the story. So yeah, I'm convinced Marasov is going to be the raid boss. I know it's a super, super, super long stretch, but I think that would be awesome. Logan Eichel said, if they kill Cade and keep him dead, they better mention him in a future DLC and not just forget about him. Yeah, absolutely. I like how they're mentioning the speaker. I definitely agree with that. That's a guy. Hello? Did you see the hair? That was very much not a guy. Do I have hair in here? That is definitely female hair, guys. This is 100% Marasov. I have no doubt about that. Absolutely. That clearly isn't Marasov. That character isn't as thick. She's wearing a shawl. That's not very flattering, guys. Do you think Varix will return? Or how do you think Varix will return? I'm not really sure, because I don't see us getting the reef back as like a social space. They've made it very clear that the tower is our one and pretty much only social space because screw the farm. Maybe he'll return in kind of like the Tangled Shores patrol area, and he'll just be standing around. That'd be pretty cool. I know that if they bring back the reef, and we know that Petra's in it to be confirmed, but I know, or that already has been confirmed, but if we go back to the reef and Varix isn't there, I know people are going to lose their shit. So I really hope he's there. That's a male. Why does everyone think that's a male? Jay-Z, you're with me, right? Like that's Marasov.
Female.
Yeah, that's Marasov. But what happened to her boobs? She's wearing a shawl, guys. It's not flattering.
Would you want her to wear a tank top and some booty shorts?
Yeah. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Okay. We'll see. No, for real though. I mean, I know you guys can't see it. I'm looking at my Marasov pin right now, and she has short white hair. Like that's totally her, guys. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Destiny Marasov. Is it OV? Oh, come bitches! Tell me that's not her. Hello? Let's grab this again. Okay, let's do this. Ugh. Okay. Where's the Grimoire? Hello? She has no curves! Oh, you guys can't even see it. Dang it. Okay, let me bring it over here. Look at this. That is the same freaking person. Look at the faces. Look at the hair. Hello? It's the same. That is Marasov.
That is definitely a woman.
100%. There is zero arguing otherwise. Same eye color, same hair. She has no chest to begin with. Look at this is Marasov, guys. $10 an her? Oh, maybe. Everyone joining us, Fallen Chaos, everyone else, welcome. Do we get Cade's cloak? Maybe. If you pre-order, I know you do get Cade 6's arsenal. I'm not really sure I forget what's in that, but maybe that's definitely a possibility. Oh, that would be really cool, especially because we know hunters take cloaks of their fallen comrades. That's like a huge thing. It'd be cool if we get an exotic variation of Cade's cloak for every class. So like warlocks can like wrap it around their arm or something, and Titans have like a shorter one. That'd be really cool. Opinions on the supers. We talked about that like 30 minutes ago. Klaus. That's Marasov. Are you guys kidding me? It's concept art. Of course it's not going to be perfect. That's Marasov. It's SkarrowSalt.
That's definitely a feminine face.
Yes, it's SkarrowSalt. SkarrowSalt. It's SkarrowSalt. Guys are stressing me out here. It's SkarrowSalt. Alrighty. Any other questions? Satura, the reason I wonder if it's going to be another Shin Mao for a Dredge in your scenario is because I got a feeling we will find the Ace of Spades and maybe the last of Cade's Light reignite the gun. Oh, well, that was just describing the reigniting the gun in that storyline was just him using Golden Gun for the first time. It's the same thing. Like whenever we use Golden Gun, that's why it's the last word model. That's the same thing. Petra's boobs are too low. Guys, it's concept art. Are you really... It's almost kind of creepy how much you're looking into this. It's Mara. It's Mara. It's Mara, guys. The side-by-side makes it obvious. Thank you, Fallen Chaos, for having sense. Oh, man. You guys are killing me. In the Cade Exotic Cash thing, does anyone know what the last hand is? Yes, the last hand is... here, let's go to destinythegame.com so I can show you guys this. So he's talking about how do you digital deluxe? Oh my god, there's so much. Where is... I swore there was pictures of these things, right? Okay, well, the last hand, sorry, is an Ace of Spades, Destiny Forsaken Digital Deluxe. I can spell. If you guys, sorry, JC, I know this is probably really boring for you. Okay, here we go. If you look right here, I know it's tiny. The last hand, there we go, even better. The last hand is an ornament for the Ace of Spades. And then you get Cade 6 armor shaders, the Queen of Hearts ship, and the standoff emote for getting him. There you go. Okay, here's another question, Jay-Z. I'll let you head up this one because I've already shared my opinion on this one a lot. What are your thoughts overall on the Dreaming City? The fact that it's kind of like everything. A home to multiple endgame activities in an open space. What do you think?
I am super pumped, especially since they said that the landscape of it is going to change over time as we play in it. Like, have we had anything like that in Destiny before? I know we have
Never.
raid activities that change, so like, and it said the Guardians are going to be the ones changing it, so like actions that we do. So I'm excited to see how that shakes out. You know,
yeah.
how that works. Like, because like one of my favorite things about the Battlefield franchise, and I know it's not going to be to that extreme, but like, is the destructible environments. Like, so just seeing the city change and the landscape change and things like that, and all the secrets that they're talking. Like, I know that you're a way bigger secret hunter than I am, but like, I'm excited about secrets and that, like finding and searching for them, that type of thing. So.
Absolutely. I'm pumped, man. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what other endgame activities. Like, I'm thinking maybe some other type of escalation protocol-esque thing
I'm figuring
must be
something
there.
like that. Okay, well, I mean, depending how big, they said it's what the biggest raid that we've had.
Most raid bosses of all time, so it means it has to have at least 5, which is insane.
Yeah,
we'll see.
In a good way.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, definitely. Fallen Chaos, Skarrow, what are you most excited for in the Forsaken? More things to farm for. I mean, all around. I can't. I know that's kind of a cop-out. That's like saying, what are you most excited for? Everything. But that's kind of the case. I mean, it's much more MMO-esque. You know, our power matters. Our progression up to this point matters. It's going to have a fantastic story. I'm excited to grind, you know? I know that's a lame-ass answer, but that's the best you're going to get.
For the first time in Destiny, it seems like they're catering to our type of player, like you and I, the grindy.
I mean, that's exactly the quote I read from Christopher Barrett. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
But I mean, like, even everything that they're showing, I know he's saying that, but they've said a lot of things that weren't exactly what they delivered on. So,
that's fair.
I mean, it seems like what he's saying and what is actually being shown as to be the case are lining up pretty well. So,
right.
That's more what I meant.
I mean, Christopher Barrett's always been straight cut, man. He tells you like it is. I'm pretty excited for that. Cool Dre, why does Ultron have the hunter gear that you could get from Cade 6 and Destiny 1? Yeah, it's called the Grave Robber set. I don't know. Maybe they just thought it looks cool. I'm most excited to hear Varric scream again. Yeah, there's got to at least be an Easter egg of that. For sure. Yeah, I mean, that's if there's not a SkarrowLuck the Defiled scream in there, I think we'll all be really disappointed. But at this point, we know they love their callbacks, right? So I think it'll be fair. I mean, even like Anna Bray, if you stand next to her, she says a couple weeks ago a while back there was increased activity in the Weep. The weirdest thing was that no shots were fired, and that's a direct reference to the original faction rally where you would go to the Weep Lost Sector and just run back and forth and get them all. And so Bungie is very conscious of like Easter eggs and jokes within the community. So there will absolutely be a comment in there. Yeah, Fallen Chaos. Sorry, another question. Don't apologize, man. That's what this show is run on. What is your opinion of Cade's death? I personally like it. We've never had a meaningful death in Destiny yet, unless you count the speaker. And if you think the speaker is important, then yeah, you're playing the wrong game. And how does it make you feel that Uldren stole the Ace of Spades from Cade's hands? I really hope we get to kill him with it. That's really at the end of it. I really hope.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll be you'll probably get the exotic at the end of the story quest. If it's similar to what if he is actually holding it in the game or fights you with it, I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. So.
Yeah. Skarrow, did you see the clip of the hunter wearing legendary starting gear of Destiny? Oh, Destiny 1 starting gear. No, I didn't. That's really interesting, especially because the starting gear of Destiny 1 was ugly. So I don't know. Muhammad, what if Varric's turned into a Scorn and becomes a boss somewhere in the game? They would have to explain that really well. I don't see Varric's doing that, but maybe. Alrighty, guys. It's been 45 minutes. That's all of the information. We pretty much covered everything. Lots of great discussion. This is why I love doing The Last Word on a weekly basis with you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. If you're interested in what time we go live every week, except for this week because I'm really dumb, you can follow me over on Twitter. I usually tell you guys a roundabout time to expect to go live. I totally forgot this week. That's what it was.
Jay-Z reminded Skarrow this
Jay-Z reminded me, yeah. Jay-Z saved the episode this week. It's been a busy week, guys, okay? Yeah, so you can go follow me on Twitter at Skarrow9 to keep up to date with the latest Destiny news, especially when I'm going to go live with live streams and videos and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, Jay-Z, you do your thing. God. I forgot again. Jay-Z?
Jay-Z?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I thought you died.
Am I giving my tag? Jay-Z 25 on Twitter.
There you go. Oh. Yeah, it's down there. I have them down there. You can. Wow. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. You're excited. Everyone's excited. I think this will be the biggest Destiny DLC ever in terms of hype. Even if it doesn't break sales numbers, that's fine because this is very obviously expansion, as they've said, not targeted at casual players. And honestly, if that makes the game better, and it will make the game better, let's do it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for coming out, discussing with us. That's super important to me. You guys are freaking awesome. If you've missed any of the videos I put out over the past week, go watch them. Pretty important information there. But yeah, that's going to be this week's episode. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you next time.
Peace.